Now you ask? Yes. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. You sound good. I sound good. I hope it sounds good. Folks, thank you for being here tonight. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. It is a Tuesday night. You got Monday and Monday Senior in the books. Tomorrow, Hump Day, Friday Junior, weekends here. We're laughing, we're rolling. Full gears coming up at the end of this week. But before we get there, we're going to cap off this Tuesday with some NXT tonight. 2 titles on the line, lots to talk about, lots of rumors. And I mean, we have a little bit of blowover from yesterday, and we'll talk about that too. We got all it coming your way. 2+ hours, and as you can see, it's going to be a mouthful tonight. But with that being said, folks, I'm just scrambling to find the button here. It's coming. This is what we get chatting. But folks, it's going to be fun. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are clearly live. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network, like I said. And we are coming at you with some NXT tonight. I got an error on the screen. That's hilarious. But that being said, folks, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and I am joined by the What Man himself, the Master of Mayhem, Mr.
Yes, I am the smack talker, Sky. Wait, that's not it. I am the best there is, the best there. What? Wait, hold on. That's not it either. I am the Ayatollah of what and rolla. But yes, yeah, absolutely. No, I'm feeling fantastic. You know, I'm on those, Flintstone vitamin gummies, like Seth Rollins was last night and everything.
He's coming out the gate hot, confessing everything.
Exactly.
What's up, people? How you doing tonight?
Well, we're kicking off too, by the way, with Wagner we're kicking off with the NXT title match.
Yes, we are.
It's interesting to see how much they have planned for NXT tonight and how much they're going to try and fit in with the 2 hours, all of that. Very much the NXT feel versus last night, like you were saying with Monday Night Raw, they had 3 hours, and I said it felt like Monday Night Impact with it was lackluster, a little filler.
Last night was a grind, 3 hours. Big shout out to Ashley Rose, who was in the trenches with me. But, dude, it felt like the old days where me and CJ would be fucking nodding off on screen. Just what the hell is happening? It wasn't – there were good spots in it, but it was an interesting night overall. And not a lot to talk about. I mean, the big story is obviously the resurrection of Austin Theory, I suppose, in the image of Triple H.
Right. He's completed his vasectomy, but we'll get to that probably on the first commercial break. But yes, hello, Larry. Hello, Damien, Jack, JoJo, everybody. So who are you taking for this match?
Well, things are in bloom tonight. We're kicking it off. Are you surprised we're kicking it off? With the men's heavyweight championship to open the show.
I mean, we do have a last woman standing match as well, so it's one of those of if you're not last, might as well go on first with a virgin audience and everything. If they haven't seen any other wrestling, so you get what I'm saying. They haven't seen any other wrestling that night, so they're going to pop for everything. They're going to react to everything.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. And I mean, you're setting the tone. Oh wait. Von Wagner throws the Mark Stone lookalike into no, that's not Mark Stone. Well,
Robert Stone. Robert Stone. Robbie E.
Oh, Robert Stone. Yeah. Shit. Well, I'm just mixing them all up at this point. These all these sidekick lawyers.
Right.
They're none of them are good.
But
Bivens, that's it.
Yeah, Bivens is the only one. I've been a bit of a fan of Bivens, but so who are you taking? Because I got a theory.
Oh, yeah, that was the original question, wasn't it?
Right.
I'm going Bron Breakker.
Fair enough. And I will go Von Wagner. I will go Vaughn because the match is kicking off, so I'll say this quickly. My overarching theory is because of what happened with KO. Braun loses it, and we get full circle from remember the last War Games in NXT. KO was the mystery opponent. So maybe we get Bron Breakker as the mystery opponent. Last minute, tag in, sub in, and everything. And you have him as the last man in the War Games match, and you kind of start to put him up there. If
Does he have to lose the title
guys.
to do that?
I think if he stays on the main roster, I think you move him up. Do you move him up?
You're parking him. All right. So a lot of people at home just went, what?
Why?
I will say huge underdog tonight, Von Wagner, just because we haven't, got a whole lot of them. But I think he's got a huge future. I just don't know if it's today.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, this is a reach-spiracy right now with all of this and everything. Folks. But I guess it always helps to be the contrarian, and it helps with the back and forth and everything as well. Because
pause. What's up, guys? I might be there. I don't know. We're all here, but not quite there, bud. So don't worry.
What comes around is all around, Nick.
What's up, Jordan Smith? How are you tonight? God bless. I'm there tonight for NXT. Are you here or there?
Which astral plane are you on right now?
Jojo, how's it going, sir? Hope you're doing well. By all means, if you guys haven't put your prediction in the chat, make sure you have done that. We will catch up, I promise.
Right. Send in your Nick pick. Pause. Send Nick picks responsibly. And also stay tuned, I guess, for future information on Nick picks, by the way.
I like it. But yeah, folks, get them in, and we will catch up eventually. We try and click on as many as we can. Von Wagner in control right now, Mr. Nick.
Yeah, well, and like you said, it's now second generation, competitor versus second generation competitor. You have son of Rick Steiner versus son of Matt Bloom, A-Train, whichever kind of gimmick you want to go with, and all of that.
Oh shit!
What?
That's a vertical with a hold and down. Bron right back to his feet real quick.
Ooh. But if you have Bron win tonight, once he wins, who does he face next? We've run through the lot. Ilya? There's no one left.
I want Ilya to take the title. Ilya. Bring him back.
Been there, done that, though. We did that in a triple threat.
You never actually did it.
Fair enough.
If you just tuned in, we are talking about wrestling. I don't hear your shit.
Who, what?
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 Wagner, Bron. So we got one Wagner.
I got one Wagner with me. Why?
Bron. I might be headed to the main roster. Bron might be heading to the main roster. Sorry, Jack. I thought you were saying you were going to the main roster. Yeah, that's your show, Nick.
Yeah, well, I think, who would you have then, as we're in a commercial break right now? I'll ask this quick, and then I want to get into Austin Theory. Who would you have replace, one word answer, who would you have replace we're assuming is KO for the fifth member for the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre team?
I suck at one-word answers. I'm going to steal your answer. Tyler Bate is wicked. Wicked pick. That's yours.
Fair play. I forgot about my own pick. God damn it.
That's the only one I've come up with out of your mouth, and I was like, you know what? That's a shout and a half, and I think it would get a decent pop, and he's a hell of a guy. Now, if it was supposed to be KO, do you slot in someone like, I guess Rollins is busy now. I think he's going to fight Theory, so.
But fair shout, though. I guess if my, Hope-spiracy doesn't come through, I guess I'm agreeing with myself, but I don't think that's a bad shout either. Because, again, I kind of forgot about Tyler Bate. But, so, Austin Theory is now, fully cleansed of the old man stink from Vince McMahon. Mm-hmm. And it's now the Triple H Austin Theory.
Man, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help but notice it, dude. They literally was like, listen, Vince wanted you to do this. I want you to do. Can you do that? Okay, we're good to go.
This is what you're doing. Well, actually, this is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do. But 100%. Go ahead.
So, another, Theory is now the talk of wrestling for the second week in a row, which, love it or hate it, he's the talk of wrestling.
I think that was intended a little bit because, to me, I think it all boils down to, and I know I've been saying that Austin Theory is getting a Vincectomy, all of that. It really boils down to Austin Theory was a blank slate even when he came up to the main roster. Can anyone name anything that Austin Theory did in NXT besides be in the way? And I don't mean that fully literally.
Like legitimately in the way of shit.
Right. But so when he came up and then he fully became Vince's guy and Vince did whatever he wanted to do with him,
right.
Example, we even heard Vince was punishing Gunther, by the way.
For what?
Well, because he soured on him, so that's why he wasn't going to push him. He was just going to bury him and everything. But that's a conversation for another story.
Those are a lot of the headlines that I brush over now because I'm so just numb to. Anyway, different story. Go.
Right. But so I think that Austin Theory had gone so far down the Vince rabbit hole, I guess, pun intended, that Triple H had to do so much to bring him back the other way of like now. People have fully flipped on Austin Theory. He went from being a laughing stock to the talk of Monday Night Raw.
It's crazy, real quick. And is it fair to say they didn't have, is it 100% necessary that they had to strip him down the way they ended up doing it? Like losing he could have lost the Money in the Bank in a match in Saudi Arabia to Johnny Gargano. It would have been demeaning, but not we wouldn't get it to the point we were. Did it?
But it did get people talking about him. It got people talking about him, and it got people paying attention to him.
Mm-hmm. So it turned him into an embarrassment, right?
Right, but so then I think that almost, and I'll say this real quick as we're getting back to the action, but it's almost because it was so far one way that now this makes that feel so far the other way.
Yeah. A little bit of scruff on the face, angry promo.
That little knock on the chin, all of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they said they're getting away with this. Obviously, you don't want to carry the selfie gimmick into this person, this persona. So to me, they even have to drop that AR from his intro as well.
Oh yeah, well, we've still talked about how under the Papa Paul era that this is going to be a lot of still slow play. Not everything's going to change overnight, but we've got Broad Breaker right now going into the ring steps.
Choke slam. Look, Nick, you might be onto something.
Well, he's a big beefy boy. And that's very much if you're according to Brawny the Strowman, that's what WWE is looking for right now. That wins 47 stars and everything.
It's still funny from his side profile. He looks like the Great Khali. It's the
funniest little bit. Got the fucking walnut forehead.
You got that Easter Island jawline going on.
Right.
Hello, ladies.
James, Chris, Scott, Larry, I see you again. What up, everybody? Hello.
Cody replaces KO. Cody's not ready, Scott. I don't think he's ready. No, I thought it was fake to begin with, so he won't be ready for
Rumble. You've still been calling Cody.
Next commercial, we're talking about the leaked Rumble list.
I was going to say, that's where I was going. You've been calling Cody to win the Rumble, and allegedly, accusations. It's been out there that Cody is winning the Royal Rumble. Along with some other interesting names popping up in WWE.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know why CJ keeps chuckling at Jay White. Come on now.
That's just because the man doesn't watch New Japan.
Listen, I gotta go Jay White. That's all I'm saying. Buddy Murphy versus Bron. Buddy's not going anywhere in anytime soon, I don't believe.
Well, and even then, would you want to put Buddy in NXT? That's a big whole thing. Is you have to still remember of whoever is going to have this title is going to be in NXT.
Yes. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Oh no, I saw that as soon as I looked up. As soon as I heard yes, I was like, "Oh, not rude."
If everybody was out in the ring waiting to kick it off, and everything goes quiet, and the lights come down, it's just glorious. Yeah, there's going to be some popping happen. Let's go.
I will halfway agree with that. I do think it might be you run that risk of a good crowd reaction versus.
I think it's so novelty that people will forget that they're just happy to see the fucking entrance. They don't care that it wasn't Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I have seen people even reporting that, WWE splitting up, main roster tag team, and it's talking about Dolph and Bobby Roode not tagging together anymore. It's like, were they really that much of a tag team? Oh, we got both men up top
down in the match, by the way. A good match to start the show, Nick. Two youngsters banging it out.
Oh, well, like we were saying, you're starting it off with a world title because you've also got a last woman standing match. So if you're not going to go on last, if you're not going to main event, might as well go on first when everybody's going to react to everything.
Were you surprised how full this 2 hours was?
Oh, well, that's what I said, I think, initially to start this off with. This feels more of like what you could fit into a 3-hour Monday Night Raw. Christ, you got a last woman standing match. Give that a half hour. You could
this match over to Monday Night Raw.
Top of the hour. Oh, yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. There was good stuff in there, but not a lot.
Sounds like Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Impact.
It was hard. And not in the fun way.
Ron with the Bulldog.
Not a good looking one, though.
Yeah, well, he's still green. Pause.
That needs a tee. That's a t-shirt, buddy.
What?
He's still green.
Everything at this point needs a t-shirt, which I will say real quick as I'm wearing one. If you want some of the finest threads when it comes to professional wrestling, as we get a 2 count from Von Wagner. If you want to look like this, twisted steel and sex appeal, absolutely go ahead and check out Alt Wrestling Tees on Instagram, on Redbubble. Christ, just Gmail the dude. And get yourself a lovely What t-shirt, or a Mr. Every Night, an Every Night Delight t-shirt, or if you're just sick of all the nonsense, if you're one of those non-believers, out there, you can go ahead and get yourself a lovely CJ brand cut the shit t-shirt.
There you go, folks. What? So what t-shirt? All right. Get your t-shirt today, folks. Don't miss out. We got a winner.
Oh, God. I forgot. Oh, Spear. God damn.
Spear. Damien, there you go.
That was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be, honestly.
There you go. Bron ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere.
Hey, he's going to fight Daijo, buddy.
Yeah, well, what is Daijo going to be doing? He's going to fight Scripps. He's going to drop the title to Scripps, goddammit. And then he's just going to spray paint Scripps on the title belt like the NWO.
God will help us.
No. My sentiments exactly when I saw this script segment.
Right. But yeah, I mean, Daijo's
not a bad show. I think it's more depending on, because I entirely honestly forgot about my whole pitch of Tyler Bate of who would replace what was going to be Kevin Owens.
Man, I should just own it.
Yeah. No, I'll call a spade.
Right? I try.
Right? But so Bron Breakker retains as the NXT Heavyweight champion, and now we're getting a Alba Fire package.
Yes. Now Alba Fire has made good on her promise. She said she was going to take out one after the other. Nick, we were asked this a couple times last night about tonight's match. I know we're jumping the card a little here, but
no, you're fine.
It feels like now is the time for Alba Fire. Now is that moment where you can push this woman. She's had a journey. She's missed out a couple times. I think she's close.
I hate to be agreeable, but I've been saying this for a hot minute. I thought that at Halloween Havoc is when she should have won the title.
Yeah.
I think it's more of the Toxic Attraction as a whole needs a call up to the main roster 100%. Mandy Rose, it's been a complete career renaissance for her. She's gone from Sonya Deville's kind of buddy, Paige, Soraya's lackey, what have you, Otis's love interest, to now she's legitimately main roster women's title contender. So I would want her on the main roster.
Yeah, and I mean, Toxic Attraction, like the tag team, they haven't had the belts in a minute now. They're kind of sitting idle. They're not really engaged in anything serious. So it makes you wonder what. But I like the fact that, you think she's going to lose it tonight? No, Alba's going to chase it for a few more weeks. We're not done yet. And I mean, it hasn't been like boring because, take out one of your sidekicks. Number 2, next week, here we go. And I hope it's a good match.
But I think it'll be a good match, but has it gone on too far? And that's been the issue lately, I think, with some of the storylines in professional wrestling, because they've lacked on doing long storylines for so long. At times, it feels like now they just try and extend stories too long.
No, I think this is good for me. Like, I think it's better than seeing what happened in like the women's tag team division on Raw, where belts are just being chucked back and forth, and you're like, what is happening? Why? What is this happening? And you get lost in it. It's kind of where we were talking about with AEW, and there was a couple moments where I thought, I know everybody's chomping for this, but if you give us that so close one more time, we will pay attention, because we're just foaming at the lips to get our guy over. But
with this though, I worry that it's just because there's no one else.
No one else between
that could challenge for Mandy, honestly. I mean, do you want to have Wendy Chu win the title?
Man, listen. No. I mean, if they change her gimmick, she's an athletic, attractive woman. If they just get rid of the PJs, and I told you, if she wants to wrestle with like moons and shit on her outfit, fine, be Sailor Moon. I don't give a fuck. But I really, dude, I mean, the sleeping gimmick's tired for me.
I see what you did there. Well, I will transition, since we said we were going to talk about it in the next commercial break, and we are in commercial break, of the leaked 2023 Royal Rumble plans. So do you want me to read off everybody, or do you want me to just read off some notable names?
Are funny people, because I sent it over today, and Miss Ashley's like, hey, this, that. Not one of us looked at it. Not even me. I sent it. I was just like,
right. We just saw who could win it, and we're like, yeah, that makes sense. We looked at like the last 5 to 6 people, and we're like, yeah, that works.
Okay. No,
right. So, but we have at number 10, we have Matt Cardona, allegedly. At number 17, we have Jay White, and then we have Cody coming out at number 25, who's winning it, by the way. Spoiler alert. We have Brock coming out at 30. I'm trying to think if there's any other kind of surprise names or anything that we missed.
Is out at 30, and everyone has a fucking melt, like a literally panic attack. And
right.
But just who is it? Bobby Lashley or somebody that cost? Who does it say throws him out? Who's it?
It's Gunther actually throws him out. So that should have been your first telltale sign. Which, I mean, I mean, sign me up for that. Gunther. It's the German versus the German suplex. And yes, I know he's Austrian. But absolutely, you have big beefy boy Chops versus Brock just throwing him around.
That's next year, Saudi Arabia, Crown Jewel 2024.
That's not a bad shout, to be honest. But so
the Castle 2, I don't know.
Well, I'll transition this with some interesting names that have popped up in here and everything. We've heard some interesting names that might be having WrestleMania matches. Allegedly, supposedly, might be reaching out to having one more match, like John Cena or Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Bron's having a Ciampa moment, but it's being
interrupted. I was going to say, as I say that, we get back into action, so we'll save that for the next one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
that. You're good.
We got JD McDonagh stepping to Bron, so I guess not quite done with that. I mean, did Ilya get hurt? Oh, yeah, he did get hurt. Remember, they had to end the match?
Yes, fair enough.
Oh, yes. Okay, so maybe now they're like, shit, we got to go back to JD. Let's go.
Well, I can still see that. I mean, honestly, what they've done with Jordan Devlin, now JD McDonagh, all of that 100% of it's added that extra edge to that character that it needed.
By the way, I'm digging Zoe right now.
So how do we feel about the heel turn? Honestly, the best heel turn, I think, in quite a while.
I was just thrilled that the weapon of choice didn't fall apart in her hands on the way to make impact.
That's right. And I still find it funny how everybody's like, we knew there was going to be a heel turn, and everybody's like, oh, it's Nikita. I'm like, no, it's Zoe. She's pissed off.
Oh, no.
And there's this surprise, motherfucker.
Right. And a lot of people felt like it was going to be Nikita. But I think this is perfect. This is way better for Zoe.
Oh, this works.
Attitude.
She comes out just pissed off with an edge. She just comes out like a badass. It's again, I know I just said it, but it's what this character needed. She needed that edge added to it.
I bet she's gonna be a better promo. I want to see this because
some people just can't do the. I know I'm saying this, as a fan, but some people just can't really do that natural baby face, hug, hug and kiss the babies.
Dude, they are pumping in that fucking crowd noise. Look at the people not even moving, and then listen to the audio.
There's homie that's doing this right now, and what you hear is boo, boo. Are you saying boo or boo earns?
Wait, I'm completely. My audio is so funny. Everything just glitched out, and that's what I get for making fun of shit.
Right, but no, she's not a bad promo as a heel. She reminds me a little bit of Ronda.
Say that again, sorry?
I said she's not a bad promo as a heel. I said her promo right now so far as a heel reminds me a little bit of Ronda's promos when she's a heel.
As the heel. Now that's just going to lead me to go, hey, how do you feel about bully Ronda? But we'll see.
Wait, what?
Ronda Rousey now being kind of going back to kind of being a bully.
Gotcha.
I like it. It's better.
But Jason, absolutely, you should always rely on our commentary. We're the alternative commentary you didn't know you needed in your life until you knew just now.
Right. You better be relying on our commentary.
But he says it's because of my cable is out due to a winter storm here in Pennsylvania.
That completely
keep it down there. Keep it there.
Keep completely different context when you read them in the proper order because yes, Jason, that's awesome. We're happy to be your commentary.
Zoe, it's okay. Accidents happen. She's talking about, like I said, she's playing off of I was out injured and everything passed me by, and everybody just kind of, oh, it's okay. Mistakes happen. This, that, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Jay having none of it.
Jay, the artist, all of that. And Larry, Jason, Anthony, everybody. What up? Well, I do like that she's calling out of how now NXT, the female divisions now turn into TikToks and Instagrams and everything else. And she's like, I was out injured while you were all just trying to share viral videos and shit.
It's a tale as old as wrestling, man. Getting past the vengeful side of things. But yeah, she's not bad. She's green. She's very green.
Yeah, well, she's not. It's new to her. You can tell we're doggy paddling here.
Right, a little bit.
But it's better than what she. Honestly, I don't know. I'm 50-50 with how she was before and how she was now. I wasn't
make an impression as a baby face to me, so I think this is good for her. I like the attitude. I like the chip. She just needs a little more of an attitude, and I think she's a great kind of. I mean, Nikita's going to go over on her now.
Well, that's the thing is it was good. It gave her, that edge, that character, and everything like that. But I'm saying as far as like. She was good either way. Like she's just a talent. She's not significantly strong, I'd say either way. But it does add that nice little edge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's part of the good, in this is certain people, especially in NXT, aren't really locked in either direction, right? We're looking at options and going, okay, they're moldable, like you said earlier. When you got that moldable opportunity, you get to do whatever you want. So you hit something that really clicks.
Example, Ava Raine.
Maybe not. Top Jordan, the artist. Oh, wait. Zoe don't impress me. She remind me of the Diamond Mine girl, Ivy Nail. Ivy's like getting better like each week. Like even like just talking, she's doing good.
Do you know who's impressed me? And I'm going to feel terrible right now because I forgot her name as I said this. But the woman from Chase U.
I always forget her name.
But yeah, either way, no, I think she's honestly impressed me the most out of, I guess, the ones that aren't automatically in the title picture.
We haven't seen a lot of her though, Nick. I mean, she had a match 2 weeks ago. She was all right. She's athletic. She can move.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. Very green on that one too.
Zoe's kind of going all over the place now here with this, though. She's looking down the camera and all those people cheering me on. Screw
you. Don't
you,
know me. You don't know me.
Yeah. Oh, God. No, she doesn't have a wicker hat on yet. So we're good.
But this is going along. So she's not really nailing it. She probably could have told the fans to screw themselves about 4 minutes ago.
Well, it's going long, and it's also it's one of those things that I kind of halfway hate with when someone does a heel turn of they not only they have a motivation to turn heel, they have all the motivation to turn heel. Of it's not only, oh, well, the women look me over, but even those who were, trying to cheer me on, oh, you can go to hell too. It's like, well, now you just hate everybody. Now you're just an asshole.
Who are you mad at?
Right. Who are you mad at?
Yeah, that went a bit long.
Yeah, a little bit. All Nikita needs to do is show up with that as the world turns, and I'm good. What?
No, I like it. Good shot. Booker T tonight hosts the contract signing between Wesley and Carmelo Hayes for NXT North American Championship.
Tell me you didn't just say that.
Right?
Tell me you didn't just say that.
It's good. Get them involved.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Speaking of getting involved, we've got Duke Hudson right now with Adam Chase having, a counseling session or office hours.
Yeah, and they're building this rivalry, this heat between Duke Wellington and Andre Chase here, and I don't know where this came from, Nick. Why am I watching it?
It's because Duke had nothing left to do, and Chase U is over. They're honestly something I look forward to when watching NXT at this point.
Really? Okay.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, their little cheering section and shit. I don't know. It went from really stupid to kind of like, all right, fine. They kind of whittled you down.
One of those that's so bad it gets good.
Kind of, sort of, maybe. There she is.
Yes.
You wanted to go over my paper again, back into this genre of movie.
Right. Yes, I'll need you to stay late to, go over these papers. Pause. Huh?
Duke's, yeah. So, hey, look. And Fyre with a tattoo, looking ready.
Fyre's always had those.
He's still wearing his shirt, but we'll get it off on the way to the ring. But yeah, man. Up next, big tag team match.
Yeah, we had Indus Sher advertised for tonight. We didn't know who they're facing and everything. But again, that goes back to like what we're saying of this NXT card seems honestly stacked.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to this. I'm happy that they put them back together. I'm happy what they're doing with them as far as they're not, it's not a stereotype they're playing. They're playing, authentically themselves, and you're getting to feel who they are. You're getting a sense of who they are. And
right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm much happier with what they're doing and the direction they're going in. I don't even think they need to be in NXT. Move them up. That tag team division could use some monsters.
Oh, that's absolutely what I was about to say, is that they need to be on a main roster, whether it be a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown. You have them, granted it's be heel versus heel. No, they're babyface. But you have them versus the Viking Raiders that just came back too. You have or even them versus the Usos. Honestly, you have the Usos going against a team that can just physically dominate them. I think it works out really well.
Yeah. Yeah. And you get that, age-old battle, speed and agility versus size and power,
Right.
I like it. And, Damien's already got them for the win. So
you don't even know who they're facing.
It doesn't matter. I was going to say over under 4 minutes.
Well, I was just saying he's taking Indus over everybody.
Yeah, just who cares?
IVE Indus over.
Right, we're fighting the champs tonight. Indus.
Right.
But yeah, no. Who else we got? They will be the new Wild Samoans, not like the Usos. LOL. Yeah, I guess more like the head shrinkers is what you're saying.
Preach.
So I
Authors
guess
of pain, but except they don't make a company go bankrupt.
Did the company really go bankrupt if it never got off the ground? I mean,
that's
seriously.
like that question of I could care less. Well, it's like, well, if you don't care, how could you care less?
Oh, fucking hell. Why do you care so much that you can care less than that?
Right, I could give 0 Fs. Well, how can you give 0? How can you give anything that you have none of? What?
Now we're getting all philosophical.
Right.
Sacrilege. There's only one P Valley, the Dirty Delta, you heard? All right, that one's for you, Larry.
Right. You can decipher that.
Well, Larry thought it was funny, so we're good.
There we go.
I'm looking forward to Tatum Paxley versus Indi Hartwell tonight. Another match, so we will get to see Indi in action.
I was going to say, at least someone is. I like Indi. It's just lately she's been a little sloppy jalopy. No, respectfully. But it's give me Index. The whole Dexter Loomis Miz storyline's weird, and now he gets his theme music and everything. He's been showing up for.
He doesn't work there
at this point, but he doesn't have a contract. Yeah, he doesn't work there.
He doesn't work there. You don't work here, bro. What do you keep doing?
Right. He just handed the guy at Gorilla, burnt CD to play his theme music when he was going to start walking out.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't know where they're going with it, Nick. But yeah, no, to your point, Indi's been floundering. We'll see if they can give her some direction.
Right.
Oh, you asked, you might have your answer on this TV screen, not in the chat.
Oh, no, I was going to say, well, because you've got Bron right now and Apollo backstage. So we could be getting Apollo going after the side, which, again, I don't think is a bad shout. Granted, I didn't mind, when he started doing the Nigerian accent and everything like that. Some people got thrown off with it. I didn't mind it. I liked it because, the Wuhan Nation.
What's up, Internal Nightmare? How are you tonight? Confirmed? No, not confirmed yet. They're just hinting at it at this point. And we were asking earlier, who's next? Now, if you guys are in the chat right now, let us know who's next. Who do you think should challenge Braun Breaker next? You heard our opinion. What do you guys think?
Absolutely. But we've got Indus Sher coming out right now, so we're going to see who they're going to face. But yeah, these guys are an absolute powerhouse team. And I don't want to fully make the comparison, but they remind me of like the Authors.
Oh my God, Becky.
Whoa. Yeah, so folks, over 1 minute for this match.
I said 4. We're not going to make it.
No, because we've got already in the ring. Who in the Rudy Blue Hell are you?
Whose kid is that? Is that Dom's little brother? What's happening?
We have Discount Dijo.
I found Ray's real son.
Who's the what now?
I found Rey Mysterio's real child. It's not. It hasn't been Dominic. It is this dude.
Oh, God. We can even get into Dom going over Shelton Benjamin and all of that.
We'll get into that later.
Right. But right now we've got Indus Sher versus Job Squad. They literally didn't announce who these people are.
I didn't catch it if they did.
Right. So I guess Damien was right with, Indus versus everybody.
Dominantly against everybody.
Oh, 100%. But I don't mind this because they did this with Braun too and everything. You kind of feed them some people so they just look like these world beaters, these killers, this dominant.
The sandwich.
Oh, somebody gonna get hurt real bad. That's like getting stuck between two 18-wheelers right there.
Holy shit. The guy on the apron, why haven't you left yet? You're
just I'm out. He's telling him to Veer's telling him to tack in. He
made him
He's
tag
making
in.
Him.
Let's go, boy.
You're gonna do it.
Oh, I'm
like
pretty sure
somebody gonna get hurt real
bad. Full Gear this Saturday. Yes, it is.
And we will.
And don't forget.
Sorry,
no, you.
I was going to say, because we will be here live 100%. Trust me.
100%.
We were already starting to pre-plan and everything with that, the whole live stream and everything for it earlier today. And I was telling this man, thank God it's on a Saturday instead of a Sunday. Thank God that Tony Khan came to the senses and isn't giving us a 7-hour show on a Sunday.
Right.
But I do like that there, as we've got the double sandwich. What? That we're getting Rampage as the pre-show and everything. It's the Full Gear Rampage this Friday night.
Yes, right. But do it. Hype up your pay-per-view because you need to.
Whoa, and now you've got you need to trim it out though a little bit. You do need to hype, but you do need to trim it down a little. But I think too, and even looking at the posters and all of that, it does have that very Marvel Endgame feel. Especially now that we've got the Elite showing up after they've been Thanos snapped out of existence.
Yeah. What we don't realize is it's the last NXT show ever. That's why they called it Endgame, but they haven't released that yet. Rumor. It's a rumor.
Why?
Accusations.
But Veer got some goddamn ups. But
why is this match still happening? I took under 4 minutes.
Because they're toying with them.
Yeah, toying too long. You should eat them alive and get it over with.
Right. But speaking of NXT pay-per-views, or speaking of pay-per-views, we've got Shawn Michaels later tonight talking about what NXT Deadline is going to be and all of that, and expanding upon that, which is going head-to-head with Final Battle from Ring of Honor.
It's true. Did they botch their finish?
No. How do you botch beating the shit out of somebody?
I don't know. Look, I mean, the guy was so small, you couldn't tell if you hit him in a move or just barreled him. But either way, it's over. Mercifully. Right. When Veer Mahan is the small guy in the group. Oh, no, they showed a replay. I just don't like the finisher. It looks like he missed a leg drop to hit an arm, to hit the forearm.
Well, I'd rather do the elbow drop than, bust my hip, every time of just falling on my ass. But we're getting a promo now. But they respect you, but they don't respect us. And like you said, though, I do like that it's not, a super stereotype or anything. Like they're just coming out as this fucking dominant team.
Yeah, they're not, jumping up and down and yelling, bitch. They've just authentically be themselves.
Right.
And they're speaking to what they mean in India, and
Oh, well, even before Sangha came off as like the smartest guy in the room.
Right, absolutely. This is amazing. Yeah, if I were the Creeds, I would tuck and run.
Right, bro. The two of you could barely handle Damon Kemp. Respectfully. Veer is going to come all over you. Pause.
Is it weird that we never got like Roddy Strong or somebody to help Kemp in this whole storyline?
Roddy's on the bench.
Like perma bench?
He's injured. Roddy's part of that group that everybody's injured right now.
Oh shit! I thought it was a kayfabe injury.
No. We've got there's a whole list of, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people right now that are signed to WWE that are injured. All except for ones on the main roster.
Right. Welcome back.
Boogity, what up?
Yeah. Boogity boogity.
Boogity.
I work all weekend. I never get a pay-per-view. I don't know what's up. Put us on in your earbuds and do your best.
Right.
We'll tell you what's
AirPod.
up.
Just
AirPod.
blast us through the speakers and everything. Just everybody gets to listen now. Everybody's a fan.
Welcome back, JV. Welcome back, Nick.
I was going to say, welcome back. When did I leave? Why?
What? I just don't like the wrestle in dresses or kilts. I don't like that they wrestle in dresses or kilts. They're neither kilts nor dresses, though I admit I might not know the official name. But
they're skirts.
Yeah, I was going to say something. That was good. Get out of my head.
Well, right, but it's one of those of why you worried about what they wrestle in. I mean, granted, sometimes you get some people that just, oh, honey, why are you wearing that? Like Baron Corbin with the like skin-colored, Austin Theory gear and everything. But yeah.
There you go. Right. So we are back in a commercial break. I will take 1 second to remind everybody we are back tomorrow. We are back for Dynamite, the go home show for Full Gear. It's going to be an interesting night. We got a lot of things to tie up. Maybe we get a couple more matches. I was reading one thing today that maybe they'll just tell us that the Bucks are going up against or the Elite are going to have a match against Death Triangle. They tell us on Wednesday that it's going to happen on Saturday. It's
just give it away. That would be a Tony Khan thing to do, of just give it away. Build up the hype and give it away.
The kid before Christmas can't wait to open that gift, right? So,
right.
But yes, so we will be back for that Thursday. We got another special interview, and we will be here for the Rumble, doubleheader Friday, tripleheader Friday, and then back on Saturday for Full Gear, which we hope is, if it's going to be 5-6 hours, I hope it's an entertaining 5-6 hours, Nick.
It's on a Saturday, and MJF should be leaving with the title. So I'm excited for it.
Yes. I thought you were going to say more. I
stopped. I was letting you go. The one time that I'm quiet, the one time this man's quiet.
No, absolutely. It was funny because I was just trying to figure out where we were in the chat, and apparently multitasking.
Just start at the bottom and work our way up. Mania 40, last man standing retirement match, Punk versus Brock. Thoughts? Not a snowball's chance in hell.
No.
Punk, you got a better chance.
Listen,
sorry, go
ahead. I hate to interrupt, but I don't. Literally, I want to start the petition. I want CM Punk and fucking Cody Rhodes WrestleMania night 1, and I would pay solid money to be in the same room as Tony Khan that evening.
But do you want to see that, or do you want to see CM Punk going one-on-one with the Texas Rattlesnake? What? That Mickey Mouse son of a bitch? What?
I don't want to see that.
Well, go ahead.
Austin the Rock. Fuck everybody up.
Oh my God. Just do X7 again.
Right?
One last time.
Yeah, who the fuck is going to fight Austin?
Well, whoever. Well, like I said, I've seen Punk mentioned as a potential name because they finally do Austin versus Punk. I've seen Cena mentioned as a name because Cena is also allegedly, supposedly, reportedly going to show up and have a match there. And I've also heard Austin versus Cody.
I don't even get the Austin versus Cody thing. Like
give Cody something to do.
Yeah, but Cody's going to have something to do. He's going to win the Rumble and main event somewhere. That's going to be the new thing.
Now, is Dwayne going to win the Rumble?
I figured it out. Sorry, Nick. Yeah, pardon?
I said, is Dwayne going to win the Rumble?
If The Rock wins the Rumble, I'm going to be highly disappointed. So, guys, circle your calendar, January 24th or 8th or whatever the fuck it is this year. Circle it, because that will be a night that I'll be extremely pissed off if fucking Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar, The Rock, Charlotte Flair win any of the Rumbles. And I might make an exception for Charlotte. Fuck that shit.
Well, the artist says Austin. The artist says Austin versus Goldberg. Don't speak that into existence.
Fucking hell, no way.
Austin's got a bad neck.
Yeah.
Don't let him take a jackhammer from a slightly concussed Goldberg, please.
Right? No, you can't do it. I joked about that last night of like, you can't break the man. You need someone that's going to take care of him a little bit.
Whoever Austin faces, I think he goes over. 100%.
Booker T.
Tell me you didn't just say that.
Right?
Tell me you didn't just say that.
Well, I saw someone else say Pat McAfee.
No.
Oh, they're showing the replay of Axiom getting his leg ripped off like a fly.
Right. Well, we've got now JD versus Apollo Crews coming up right now. So let us know who you're taking for this match.
JD Apollo's a hard show, dude. Especially if Apollo's having conversations with Bron. You know, JD's already eyeing down Bron.
He's coming off his feud with Waller, so he's got a bit of a rub from that. Like Apollo fits really well into NXT right now, honestly. I hate to say it because I know he's been on the main roster, but he fits really well into this.
No, he does. I think it's good for him. I think he gets swallowed up by the bigger crowd right now. He just hasn't found that confidence. And you know what? Some of it wasn't his fault. The stupid booking of him having, you know, and you said you didn't mind the Nigerian accent. My problem with the Nigerian accent is the same thing I have with any continuity break. Unless you make the continuity break make sense, I don't really love it. And for Apollo, we had seen him for so long as Apollo. Give him 100% of that gimmick and a spoiled, entitled prince going back to his heritage and screw everybody here and da-da-da-da. Perfect. Just do it without the accent. Got over. It would have worked.
Fair enough. I can see that. There was people that made that case, and I do get it. Of if you did that just without the accent, it would have worked 10 times better.
Right? Because he would have came off like a dick, and we would have been like, oh, instead of the whole time we were like, why are you talking like that, bro?
But so who you taking, JD or Apollo?
I'm gonna go on a limb and go Apollo. I don't know if that's the limb.
Well, no, either way, I was literally prepared to go the opposite of whichever way you went, because it's honestly it's a coin flip to be fair.
It really is kind of a nice 50-50 match here as we are just approaching the 1 hour mark. This should be a good one, folks.
Oh yeah, I could see this going right into the top. Ooh, as Apollo hits a big somersault and then an arm drag takeover.
See, this is where Crews looks good. I like it. Do you not feel like Crews had hit that point though? He was he was like Brian Cage, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, spin, step 1, step 2, step 3, match over, go home. Like
his feud with Apollo or his feud with Big E was good. It just went on too long.
True. Fair enough. I didn't hate it.
Right. I really liked that feud, and it made the Intercontinental title matter, and especially with the way the Intercontinental title looks now, because I don't like the new Intercontinental title, but that's a conversation for another day. But I think that feud was good. They just didn't have anyone else for them to dance with. Pause. So it got long in the tooth.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, not bad. But like I said, and yes, but yeah, do all of it without the accent, Nick. That's all you got to do.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Switch it out. Come on now.
Right. Big back body drop from Apollo onto JD. Apollo's been in cruise control for most of this match.
Yep. And smooth.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. Excuse me. My bad.
There you go. You're good.
Apollo just bumped that man. Get out of here. Shoulder block. Sent him flying.
Indus called out the Creed brothers. They want a piece of them.
Absolutely. Take the whole damn thing.
But Artist too is asking about a sneeze. His counterpart, Commander Aziz. What happened with him?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Dabba-Kato.
Yeah. Few people now at this point even remember that he was Dabba-Kato. They sat there and they had Raw Underground, then he was Commander Aziz randomly with Apollo, and then he was randomly linked up with Cora Jade in some photos that came out, but never really much on screen.
No. My vote is you take like Satnam Singh and Omos and just all the giants. You take all the trees and we put them together in one masterful, slow-moving but mean faction.
Call it the Forest.
All of them. Call it the Forest.
No, I was thinking you were about to say make a super heavyweight division. Because honestly, I almost feel like with the amount of giants that Vince and Co. has signed, you probably could. Between Brawny the Strowman, almost a wrestler, Commander a Sneeze,
Right.
Von Wagner, etc.
Von Wagner's only 6'5". Does he count?
Who's your what?
Von Wagner's what, 6'5"?
He's taller than me, ain't he? So then he counts.
We'll go then. All right. Okay. JD for the win. JD versus Charlie Dempsey in a fight pit would be a violent match. Interesting you went with that route.
Yeah, well, no, it's not a bad shout, but
yeah, Chris.
Right. JD for the win, says Curtis.
Right. We're back into a commercial break, folks, so don't go anywhere. We're rolling along. We're catching up on the chat. What else happened on Raw that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, what didn't happen on Raw? Let me see. Do we want to talk about who's going to be the mystery female now? Because
I know who it is. Who? No, funny. It's beating this drum, but my money's on Beth all the way now.
It's either Beth, Becky. I've heard people shout Charlotte.
No, it's Becky.
What if it's Dana Brooke?
I said that last night, dude. I was like, they're gonna fucking put her in this, and it's shit. But they jobbed her out last night, so it's not a good look going into.
Here's what you think. Here's you thinking the 24/7 title meant shit,
right? Well, she didn't elevate that match either, so fuck it.
Right? Need to elevate those shoulders off the fucking mat, girl.
Amen. But no,
I've seen a lot of. Sorry, go ahead.
I really thought that this last spot now, because we were surprising maybe two people, I feel like they set Becky up for this, where she's coming off the heel, everyone's talking about her because she was Cyndi Lauper, she's feeling better, and the last time we saw her and Bianca were buddies and mad at Damage Control. Now, could it be a case that she comes back? Everyone's like, oh, she's helping. We love her. And then she shags her? Maybe. But I was really leaning towards Becky, but they randomly showed us the Extreme Rules replay of the best situation. And I thought, well, now we feel like we're putting on a platter.
Well, I could see that then you built in that Beth versus Rhea feud, and Mia kind of just goes off and does her own thing. Because the Mia versus Rhea feuds kind of just felt a little forced the whole time. I do like that we got Mia back. Yeah. Don't get me wrong there. But, sleeper hold from Apollo. Big back body drop.
Oh, big back body drop. I agree with you. But, yeah, I mean, you know what? It was funny because I said last night live, I was like, I didn't realize Mia Yim had as much size as she does. Like, I was really, I don't know what it was last night. It just kind of hit me like, wow, she's bigger than I thought. And I mean that in a positive way.
Digger.
Right? Don't throw shit at me.
Right. Well, she's got to hang there with Keith Lee, so.
Wow. No. But Bear Claw.
Bear Claw.
Oh, shit.
Apollo hit that big bang catastrophe on her.
Swerve in his glory.
How do you know I got him good? He didn't have anything to say. Big ass kick from Apollo. Apollo's been honestly in control for most of this match.
And look good doing it too, Nick.
Oh, yeah, 100% I could see just a good physical, a good match between Apollo and Bron, 100%. Could it be a Bron versus Apollo as another main roster talent that Bron's now gone against that shows he can go with main roster guys, and it's a little bit of slow feeding him through the main roster, but still through NXT? Because he's gone through Dolph, he's gone through Bobby. Now, if he goes through Apollo,
not a bad. I mean, that's kind of, it kind of has that feeling, and then you kind of push him up and give him his ruthless aggression moment, and all bets are off.
He just walks out and slaps Roman.
Shit. No, ain't nobody
aggression and just slaps him. 2 count.
Big powerbomb. Great match. Right in the middle of this show, Nick.
Well, like we were saying, of this whole card kind of seems stacked. Like I feel, and I know we're keep beating this drum, but it's almost one of those if this was oddly enough Monday Night Raw, this would have been like if those two shows switch places, it'd be, a whole different conversation.
It's weird because NXT was in the shitter for so long, and Tuesdays were like awful, a hard sell some Tuesdays. Right. And then all of a sudden now we're getting good shows off NXT. And listen, this is miles better than a chunk of what we got last night.
Well, and even still, if you want to make the comparison, because I know people still will, of this versus NXT 2.0, this is very much more black and goldish feel. If not, if anything, it's starting to carve its own path a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Melding the two styles.
Yeah. Not as dark and grimy as old school. Yeah, good way to put it. But, we still got the brightness. We got that studio match. But now we're getting back to, you know what? We're going to have 6 matches, and each one's going to be a banger.
Right. We're going to have good in-ring action. Oh, holy shit. I'm getting springboard moonsault from JD onto the outside onto Apollo.
Jesus. Sorry.
Well, you forget the man's a former cruiserweight champion.
Oh, yes, no, he's no slouch. He knows what he's doing. How many 0-hour matches we getting?
All of Rampage and probably 3. I want to say 3 out of like an 18-match card, I would assume. I bet, and that's without me Googling it, Wikipediaing it, or anything, because there's still matches that have to be announced.
Right, I think it's an average of about 3. I'd expect.
I'm including Rampage as well, though, because Rampage is the pre-show as well.
So we're going to get approximately 7, I guess, then.
Yeah. It's how many hours we're going to have on the show, too.
Oh, help me, Rhonda.
Strap on and strap in, folks.
Right, and then strap in and strap on.
I was about to, just for the joke, just about to say, help me, Double J. You're my only hope.
NXT 2.5.
Ish. I think he misspelled ish. 2.5-ish. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, with it being bright, well, it's still bright. It's still lit up and everything, but it's good in-ring quality.
I get it. Okay, I'm with you on that.
There we go. Took a minute.
Know what they honestly do? Here's my vote. You don't get a ton of ratings on Tuesday, right? So take NXT and move it to the 3rd hour of fucking Raw. Let's do that. And then, you know what?
Spanish Fly.
A huge Spanish Fly.
Right, after they were just roly-polying for 2 counts.
Yeah. Some of the crowd are shocked. JD's dad was, took his hat off and everything.
But do you make that do you do it the last hour or do you do the opening hour? Because they wanted to try that with WCW when they bought WCW and make it its own thing the last hour. I think I would make it the last hour because you're going to get natural drop-off because it is a niche market. It is your developmental. But I think you have an opportunity to hook in kind of, the wrestling ends and you don't change over the channel. If you can transition quickly and get a casual fan to be like, what's this shit? Started off with a banger like this. It's got legs. If you open the night with it, you could get people tuning in for their usual wrestling and go, I'm not fucking watching that. Or you make Raw 2 hours, which you should do. And
I'm giving up on that.
Fair play to you. But I think also with this that you start to let this develop. everybody remembers the heyday and everything that, you know, the high points of Black and Gold, but also doesn't remember it took a while to build up to that and to get there. Cruz with the 3 count.
Did you see that finish?
But I like that because it was out of nowhere. It was super quick. Just boom, there we go. We're done.
And he chucked him up in the air. So that's a big win for Apollo.
Right. Pause. But yeah, I could see now we might get Apollo versus Bron. But
I'm in for it.
To let this brand build up. I could see that's the thing is you build up now, and you had like Ilya versus JD versus Bron was a banger of a match. You start building this collection of bangers under this new banner of NXT, and then you slowly develop your own Black and Gold, your white and gold instead of Black and Gold.
No, I completely agree with that, Nick, in the sense of that's all they did last time with the original NXT was it didn't matter. They had 1 hour of TV, and Triple H just said, we'll keep putting out matches that on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, people are like, did you see this match? And if we keep doing that, eventually people are going to tune in and continue to tune in. But, and that's all they did. Banger and banger and banger and banger. And everyone all of a sudden, and that's, you're laughing, but that's how I became an NXT fan was my brothers are like, dude, so-and-so fucking KO and Sammy had a crazy match. I'm like, who and who? Like, literally had to play the catch-up game. And that's all you need to do with this program. That's where the Mandy Rose conundrum is interesting.
Well, that's it. Well, you even had the takeovers that half the time would end up, you know, being, you know, bigger and better than the actual pay-per-view and all of that. You hit it here first, everyone. Get your strap-ons. Yeah, strap on and strap in, folks, as this man straps off. What? But, yeah, we're getting Mandy Rose right now backstage looking like the third blonde Bella. But who do you think, on a side note, because we've got her right now, who do you have tonight for Mandy Rose versus Christ, I almost called her a Lunger Blaze. Alba Fire. Right, Jack, what? But I will take this moment while we've got Mandy Rose backstage talking, while KJ took a nice little sponsored pause for the cause and everything to remind you that we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We are here doing it bigger, better than anybody, you know, out there doing it. We are the best wrestling YouTube channel out there. We're the best wrestling channel. Fuck off with just even being a YouTube channel. But absolutely, be a friend, tell a friend. We are slowly marching our way. Well, I say that within a year, but we are still marching our way onto 1,000 subscribers. So absolutely, if you haven't already, if you're feeling oozy, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I'm telling you, the wrestling does actually get better once you do that. But we are in a commercial break, so let's see what the fine folks are talking about. Alundra Blaze, what year is this? What? Oogity booty, exactly. Well, that's how you know I'm a wrestling fan of a certain vintage. What? Greatest super heavyweight was Crash Holly. Yes, absolutely. Greatest super heavyweight, greatest hardcore champion. 100%. That man, that's a whole bygone era, I feel, of what happened with the hardcore division when you had guys like Crash Holly, like Bob Holly, like Al Snow, etc. There's nobody else after Alba Fire. Jack, so you think that Alba wins and that she takes the title and Toxic Attraction moves on to the main roster? Because I don't think that that's a bad shout 100%. Of who else could she really be? Could Mandy Rose have a legitimate feud with in NXT? Is she going to go with Nikita Lyons? Nikita's already got the feud with Zoe Stark's bubbling. Zoe's already heel, so you can't do heel versus heel. Does she have a feud with Cora Jade? Little awkward. Does she go and have a feud with Roxanne Perez? Maybe. I think that might be the only shout, but I could see maybe Alba Fire wins it and then we get our way to a Roxanne Perez type feud, or maybe Roxanne's one of those people that circumvents the NXT women's title and just goes right to the main roster. The only person that feels like a threat is Nikita Lyons. Nope, Mandy wins and Toxic remains on top. She's going to drop the belt to Nikita. But then we're holding on until after she has that feud with Zoe. Do you not feel that might be a little bit long in the tooth? Already did, Roxanne. Fair enough. See, everybody's. I love that. I got the fact checkers out there correcting me and everything. But absolutely. Oh, and the artist taking Mandy. Why does Mandy look like Nikki Bella? Thank you, Chris. Absolutely. She looked like the long-lost Bella sister. But I think 100% Mandy Rose, and I like that she's gone down to NXT and being able to reinvent herself and, course correct her career and everything, because she was going the way of, you're just, the comedy gimmicks girlfriend and all of that. You're the love interest. To now, she legitimately, if you put her on Raw versus Bianca, or if you put her, Christ, even on SmackDown, you put her against Ronda, she honestly seems like more of a threat than a lot of people that they have on the main roster right now. Like, I'd hate to say it, but she'd seem like more of a threat than Asuka, than even Alexa. What? Yeah, artist Nikita Lyons versus, yes. So I'll ask you folks this too. What do you think is going to be Shawn Michaels' whole announcement as far as NXT Deadline? I'm interested to see, because it's kind of just popped up out of nowhere that all of a sudden Ring of Honor's announced, oh, we're going to have Final Battle and we're going to start doing Ring of Honor shows and everything like that now. And then now all of a sudden NXT Deadline's just like, remember me? So is it going to tie into, is there going to be some sort of a theme behind it? I know Hunter's tried to get rid of gimmick pay-per-views and whatnot. But it's going to be interesting on the NXT level of, like I said, this kind of just sprung out of nowhere, and I think they now need to explain why it's there. Ava is the heel, I think. Yes, Ava Raine is the heel, 100%. Don't forget. Curtis, sorry. I think everyone, including people that work there, have forgotten about Tiffany Stratton. I think the only one that was really keeping an eye on Tiffany Stratton, was Vince McMahon for different reasons. I know that there's potential there, but I still halfway at the time when I look at her, I see Kelly, what have you, and I think that she needs some work. There needs to be some character development. I like I said, of what they've been doing with giving these characters edge versus just, I'm bland babyface number 5. Cool. No, now they're giving reasons and backstories and motivations behind everybody. So that would work. I think you would have to make it make sense. And I think Tiffany's a heel as well. So it'd be heel versus heel as well, again. And we're getting a backstage interview right now. But I like Stratton. She reminds me of Tori Wilson. Chris, just because you like her, because she reminds you of, Tori Wilson, Big Al Wilson and Dawn Marie, doesn't mean that, she needs to be getting a title shot. Tiffany Stratton has wished Brooke Hogan. Fair play. I'll give you that one. That's not a bad show. But so what do you guys feel? We're right now just past about the halfway point. So what are you guys feeling so far with NXT? Dude, this dude calling up hurt people. English, please, KJ. I'm excited to see Billie Starkz do her debut match coming up in MLW. Fair enough. Well, is it coming up, or did it happen about 3 months ago and we're just now getting it? That's the thing, is how we're still going to get Karrion Kross showing up in MLW, even though he's signed and already been wrestling for WWE. But we're getting the contract signing right now. So we've got Booker T mediating the contract signing between Carmelo Hayes and Wes Lee with a North American title championship match. Well, we've got Carmelo coming out right now with Trick. So I know we're not getting the match tonight, but so who do you take for this match, Wes Lee or Carmelo? And also, do we get someone going through the table tonight? Because it feels like that happens in every WWE contract signing, is someone, the furniture gets used constantly. Somebody goes through the table. Yes, Chris, you read my mind there. Great minds think alike, because I was trying not to do the King Booker. But I'm still waiting for this man to still have at
King
least another
Booker.
King Booker. King KJ. What?
Yeah. I ain't no king. I'm too much of a jester.
I'm the court jester, so I can't even try.
The job is taken, motherfucker.
Right?
Why waste a good table? Good point.
Right. You should be like GCW and House of Glory and everybody. Use a table or use a door. Sorry.
It should be like AEW and just bounce off them. Save
That's
a table.
Because they're the Japanese tables. They're the sneaky Japanese ones that just they skid off of them like a fucking river. Poor Julia Hart.
Yeah. Oh my God. She missed the table. At least
she just heel clicked the table. That's all she did. That's the only thing that caught that table was her fucking heels.
Yeah, but at least the heels, the heels, the piece she hit broke. She'd be clapping the heels like she's Dorothy and shit.
But so, who would you take in this match, and what piece of furniture gets destroyed? Oh, do you think Trick goes through the table?
Yeah.
By who?
By Wesley.
I think we might get Booker putting somebody through a table.
Booker's not putting
somebody gets the bookend
and a spinneroonie.
Honestly, he might do that just to sit there and go and Grayson Waller and sit there and see like, no, that's how you do a spinneroonie, goddammit. Because remember, after R-Truth got hurt, he sat there and he was doing the spinneroonie.
Wesley wins. Oh, who wins the match? I think Carmelo's on his way up.
Carmelo should have been on his way up. That's who should face Bron next is Carmelo. Give me Carmelo versus Bron, goddammit.
Not bad, not bad. Now, did you see the report? Hit Row has re-upped for 3 years. All three of them.
What were they signed to a 2-month contract?
Well, that's the rumor is they've signed extensions. Maybe they were on a trial and Triple H loves them, but no one else does.
you get a 10-day contract like a fucking G League.
But that's what a lot of the indie guys are doing is like they'll go to AEW on like a fucking 2-month
by appearance.
Yeah. Who was it? One of the first ones was Danny Limelight was one of the first ones that was on that short-term contract, and he was one of the first to say peace.
Right. Well, Christ, they made a whole story out of it with Fuego del Sol.
Yeah.
But well, no, at least it's not, the 5-10 year, locked into eternity contracts that AEW is giving out there.
You know what I love about the Fuego situation is he ended up getting a contract and he was never seen again.
The contract did say AEW. It just said AEW Dark.
Forever.
Forever and ever and ever. To elevation and beyond.
Accusations. What do you think about Wesley getting this rub and getting this push and now having a belt? It's a bit of a, an underdog story.
It's a little bit of we ain't got shit else for you.
You think? No.
It's a little bit of your tag team partner kind of screwed you because you didn't do anything wrong, and now you had to vacate the titles. And you were good. You were the good egg. You were the good bean. So here's your reward.
Okay. And we said the same thing from a different angle, but
right.
Yeah, no, I mean, he could have just been washed away. We could have forgot who he was. There's a lot of tag teams. You lose one, you lose two. But it's not bad. I mean, we'll see if he delivers as a champion because he's going to go over Carmelo. Carmelo's going to give him one last little rub.
Oh, but I worry Carmelo taking losses on the way out does hurt it a little bit.
Are you a Taurus?
Who, what?
I said, are you a Taurus? No, I was just kidding. It's a long story.
Okay.
Goes through the table. That's my prediction. I'm kind of with you on that one.
What if it's Booker that goes through the table? What if Trick puts Booker through the table? I think it's sad though that someone's going through the table at some point. Furniture, the table's at least getting tossed, something. A chair's getting thrown, what have you.
Oh wait, Booker's talking smack too now. So wait, we could be getting anything.
Right.
Oh, getting yelled at. Trick getting yelled at. Shut up!
Trick to me is an underrated talent, 100%.
Trick's good. Trick's actually
Trick's really good. He plays his spot perfectly.
Mm-hmm. And he is wicked with Carmelo Hayes. But Trick is excellent and underrated because he came in kind of goofy, right? Like, and when they kind of serioused him up, it was spot on. And I think Carmelo's been, and I think you more so than I do, but I mean, he's been one of the best things in NXT for the last year. Easy.
Oh, 100%. Carmelo Hayes, and it reminds me of MVP when he went on that wicked heater as U.S. champ.
Mm-hmm.
So where he was just, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just agreeing with you.
No, but it's one of those of he has that, he walks out and he's already got your attention. He already, feels like he's in game mode.
No, and doing like the no table, no Booker, no
made a goddamn liar out of me.
Oh, who's this? Oh, Dyad.
Pouring himself a nice whiskey. Why?
Wait.
I beat it out of you.
I gave him a beard. Wait, did he have a beard before?
Yeah, no. He did.
When?
Yes, he did.
Did he?
He had it as T-Bar.
T-Bar had a beard. I only remember the mask. My bad.
Don't worry. I'm amazed anyone remembers T-Bar.
Listen, let's have a serious conversation. I don't think we've ever had a serious conversation about this. Retribution was a phenomenal idea that was completely fucking bobbled, fumbled, kicked, tossed, and then destroyed by the people that came up with it. Is that accurate?
Retribution was a knockoff idea of the SmackDown hacker, which already got fumbled and bumbled and mishandled and used and abused like fucking GTV and what have you. So it was the trickle down of a good idea that had been treated like shit with now this is halfway a good idea that's been treated like shit. And now it's just a shit idea that's getting treated like shit.
Well, here's the thing. Like, when they first started making appearances in just like, in hoodies, and they were breaking windows and fucking shit up, and kind of right up until the chainsaw came out, I was like, okay, you got me. I was really curious. Like, okay, and we assumed it was going to be NXT talent that were like being overlooked or some shit like that. And then, one week they're fucking sawing the ring in half, and then a couple weeks later they're fucking literally signed a contract so they can compete.
Right. Well, it's a little Dexter Lumisy right now and everything. But so then who was your favorite Retribution member? Mace, T-Bar, Slapjack, Reckoning,
wait,
Ali.
Who's Slapjack? Like, really? I know who Slapjack is.
Shane Thorne.
Shane Thorne, that's right. Thank you. No, they all suck. They were not one of them had any bit of light. Like, it would have been all of them sharing the smallest of spotlights. I mean, realistically, the best member was Martinez when she was in the group.
She was the smartest one because she said, thank you, but no thank you. Right. She said, catch y'all on the flip side. I'm out.
I go get that. Oh, well played. Well, Nick is taking a sponsored pause for the cause on the fly. I have Schism for the win. Mate, sorry, man. Oh, Damien, you popped me like hell. That was funny as shit. Here comes Brooks and Dunn. Yeah, so get your predictions in. I guess it's Brooks and Dunn versus Schism coming up, folks. So if you haven't made your selection yet, let us know. I will remind everybody, we are here all goddamn week, and it's a big week for the channel, a big week for wrestling. We're going to go into tomorrow, the go-home show for Dynamite. Friday, triple header Friday, stacked. We got some Impact. We got some SmackDown. We have, I guess, the pre-show to Full Gear, Rampage, also known as. And then we're back here on 7 p.m. Saturday. We will be live to go and give you the alternative commentary, the play-by-play action, the ranting and raving of multiple wrestling fans and fanatics. But yes, folks, it's going to be a good one. We are in for full gear. It could be 5 hours, what? 6 hours, what? Hot, Nick, stole your gimmick. We don't know. We could be here all goddamn night, and we'll be happy to do so. Saturday nights are always crazy here on the channel, so lock in. I was going to say strap in and strap on. I want to mix it up. Didn't work. But what exactly? Nick wants to know, how's everyone doing tonight? But yes, great point. Thank you for being here. If you haven't done so yet, like, subscribe, tell everybody you know about the Wrasslin for Life Network, folks. We do this nonstop. We just do it on a different level. And we're having a fucking ball bringing these streams to you. I'm coming back out of commercial for War Games commercial. So not exactly out of commercial. Follow along, people. What? Big Nick, what? SmackDown, what? Oh, here we go. Retribution was the brainchild of a very good non-WWE talent, but they botched it, and it was supposed to be a nod to the Atafa at the time. Artist. Yes, not, again, the concept, the approach, it started right. It was on the good foot, but with it, again, a lot of the storylines at that time and right up into the end of Vince were short-lived. And it was the same thing. Like, it started off, you're like, okay. It was kind of like Nexus. Good point, Jack. And we've seen it before. Kind of like the NWO, but a little more hackerish. And again, a different inspiration overall. But it just went to shit. And I mean, it was disappointing. Mustafa as the leader was terrible. And again, the fact that you guys didn't have you guys are writing a show and you didn't have the common sense to think, the fans might not buy that this rebellion group just signed a contract with the company they hate that they're trying to destroy and take down from the inside out. But yeah, they signed a contract and they're going to job out for the next little while. It's unfortunate. And to me, Mustafa has never recovered from that. And I still don't like him. I have to admit, and I'm shocked that I'm saying this out loud, probably for the first time. I have to admit, folks, the Dyad are over with me. The new entrance, the new look, the purge mask, if you will, the vibe. It's so much better. So much better. So I got Schism for the win, even though anytime somebody writes it in the chat, it's just going to make me laugh. Kind of not really. Oh, okay. Yeah, kind of, sort of, though. There's supposed to be a mimic reality. Yeah, kind of the artist. I mean, yes and no. Maybe that's why they bailed on it, because it was, ill-conceived. But yeah, I definitely get they were trying to catch that movement vibe, and they didn't deliver it very well at all. Same thing. Okay, there we go. Glad we could agree, Jack. So right now, Brooks and Dunn, and I love it. Where was Chris? Chris is up here in this chat somewhere. Boom, boom, boom. I miss Chris. Where did he go? I lost you, Chris. But I like the fans that are now calling these guys Brooks and Dunn with me. I appreciate that. Yeah, but Nexus, again, this was just trying to take it to a different level and then come at it from a different approach, Jack. So, yeah, I see what you're saying. No answer's wrong. They kind of get that gang fight the power. We've been held down, so we came together vibe. And you can splice it 70 different ways over the years. But right now, the match is kicking off. Schism is in control. And Ava Raine at ringside. By all means, folks, let me know in the chat, what is your take on Ava Raine? How do you feel about it? Obviously, you know who her daddy is. How do you guys think her joining the Dyad works for you? How do you feel about it? And do you like where they're going with Gacy now? Gacy was terrible. I couldn't buy into anything Gacy was doing until the last 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And if they stay like this and keep winning, might work. It might work. Instead of Sister Abigail, it's Sister Pebble. Pause. No, not a pause. Maybe a pause. Wyatt Family 2.0. Yeah, obviously, it's got that vibe, right? But not a bad 2.0. Right? Maybe. Isn't Survivor War Games this Saturday? It's a week Saturday. So with WWE, we go through this week. Next week, we will get Monday and Wednesday go home, Monday and Friday go home shows for Survivor Series on a Saturday. So we'll be back at it again. Again, another live stream, another pay-per-view, and we're not even close to finish, folks. There's so much wrestling coming this way. We were looking forward to November for this reason. The wrestling continues into December, and we'll be here for as much wrestling as physically and humanly possible. So don't go anywhere. And if you haven't told all your friends yet, if you know anybody slightly interested in wrestling, send them our way. We will give you everything up to date, live reaction, live chat, and we talk some rumors, we talk some shit, and we have a good time. Back to the action, though. And Brooks gets a tag to Dunn, I believe. We got the hot tag. Have you guys got your let me see. Schism for the win. Fax Alexander. What did Alexander say? Any other predictions on the match? Any other predictions, folks? Who you got? Who you got? Kind of, not really. Yeah, fair enough. All right. So you why you do this to me, bro? Right now, by the way, Brooks. No, done. Oh, no, we got to fight on the outside. Daisy Dukes. Oh, we're going to have the love storyline. Fallon? I don't know. Anyway. Schism, 1, 2, 3. If you had Schism on your bingo card, you got a winner. So you should like what, comment what, subscribe what, ring the bell what, cause you like, why did I read that wrong? Cause you like us what, cause you like wrestling what, cost. Now you're just playing with my emotions. Cost you nothing. That's funny as hell, Nick. What? So be a friend. What? Tell a friend. What? Thanks for the mouthful, but didn't even do it justice. We need the what man to come back. But yeah, 3 different versions of cost. cost. Keeping up. When Bron comes to Raw, have him feud with Bron after 8 months. Team them up. No, Larry. No. Why would you do that? Larry? How? No, I don't like it. I wouldn't put them together and keep them far apart. You want to give Bron something that Breaker, that is, but Bron and Bron, that's cute. Yeah, no, you want Bron Breaker to have a and moving on. It's the bar effect. Nice try. Brooks is done. Or Dunn is Brooks. Or they're both done. They lost. They're done as a team. And we're back into a commercial. Surprise, no scripts yet. We still got 25 minutes. Scripts is a big deal. They got to put them closer to the main event. Tell a friend what? Be a friend what? Watch some wrestling what? Join us what? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Then I have people mad at me. Just leave it up there. They'll read in my voice. Dude's in everybody's head. Nick, what? Enough of that, what? But that's it, folks. Back into another commercial break. I don't know what's coming up next. Eventually, we're going to get, I mean, imagine now would be a good time to kick off the championship. Put the ladies' title on the line. Get Mandy out here. Get Alba out here. Let's go. I hate her name being Alba. KJ what? CJ what? Ashley Rose what? Big Nick what? Hey, KJ, what'd you do while I was gone? What? Gonna have nightmares? What? Ain't gonna sleep? What? Thank you for being here. What? I'm tired of saying what. What? Sean up next. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got the big announcement. Thank you, Dale. Thank you. Dale always got the back. Thank you, buddy. But yes, we got a big announcement. Anybody know what it is? Anybody got some predictions? Anybody got some spoilers? What is Shawn Michaels going to announce tonight? That's what she said. What? What's sleep? It's that thing I do once in a while, usually at half-an-hour intervals. Look at this, man. Half hour for the last women. Do we go over? And now you know how I feel. There you go. Nick. Half hour, yeah. I mean, go 20 minutes. I don't know. My question is it too soon? Is it too soon to do this? Is it too soon to have a last woman standing match? We just had one in Saudi Arabia. You work for the same company. Why would you go that route right away? I don't know. I really don't. He leaving whisper. What? And we still have Indi Hartwell versus Tatum. Oh, okay. So 15-minute last woman standing match. I'd like it to go longer than shorter, I think, being last woman standing, right? Interesting. I forgot about that match. Now it just feels like a filler match. The return of NXT Europe in 2023. Nice shout. I like that one. Possibility. Lots of talk about that. New belt? Nah, probably not a new belt. Somebody said takeovers are coming back. Is that a possibility? I don't know. What else? I don't know. Think about it. Why not go? Maybe he's announcing that NXT is going to move to the third hour of Monday Night Raw, and I could stay the fuck awake for it. All right. So why not go the AEW route and put it on a different time than the main event, knowing it could go long? True. Or, I mean, let's say they have a bit of time extra. We don't know when it's going to end. So maybe they have 7 minutes extra, 4, 10, maybe none. I don't know. So that's kind of the unknowing, and not letting everything leak out is cool for a fan. But now we're getting a little promo package. A revolutionary new match never done before. Survivor Challenge. There'll be 2 of them. One for the men, one for the women. A unique 25-minute match. There's a clock. It's like a Royal Rumble. Whoever has the most falls in 25 minutes? Oh, shit! It's Impact! What is happening? There's a penalty box. If you get pinned, you go to the penalty box. This has been kind of done, folks. AEW is getting better than WWE little by little. Eternal nightmare. Here's the thing. If Raw keeps sucking, I mean, what? Last week we talked about the ratings being 1.4. If you do 1.1, you're that close to the flagship show. And I know people are going to say SmackDown's the flagship, but realistically, your 3-hour battleship in the ocean is Monday Night Raw. If that if you could pull off a 1.4, a 1.3, what? The lights are blinking. Was that a false alarm, or are they purposely glitching us out? And what happened to her face? Hi.
No, I heard penalty box and came a running. I'm like, I've got to talk about that.
Let's recap this real quick. This is why they did this. Indi, Hartwell, and Tatum Paxley are in the ring right now, so we can all talk about what he just announced.
We can all figure out what the fuck we just heard.
And then hopefully calm down a little for the main event. Not bad.
Right.
So it's got a taste of Impact on it. But this is why. It's a first ever revolutionary match. They're going to do a men's one and a women's one at Dead End or whatever the fuck. I cannot Deadline. It will not set in my head, no matter what. Maybe because I only ever heard it on the vitamins.
But Great Balls of Fire still wedged right in there.
Fucking wedged in my head because we couldn't stop laughing about it. But anyway, back to the point. So 2 people enter. Every 5 minutes, another person enters. I think there's 6 people total. Fact checkers, let me know if I'm crazy. And then you get 1 point for a pin, a submission, or a DQ. It counts as a victory or a loss. Anyway, but if you take an L, you got to go in a penalty box. And whoever has the most points at the end of 25 minutes wins.
What in the name of Jeff Jarrett, Dixie Carter, Vince Russo is that bullshit? That's an elimination chamber? What? A scramble match? What? A fucking King of the Mountain match? What? What in the name of Thunderdome? As the artist said, what in the name of Thunderdome? Is that bullshit? Do you get 2 minutes for high sticking or something? Like, what the fuck?
Usually. Dude, I don't hate it, though. I actually don't hate it. I'm kind of okay with it. I'm curious. When was the last time they gave us something new-ish?
It's not exactly. They had a new fucking playset coming out.
It's got a new car smell, but it's not new.
Right. Just God! It's just because it's creative doesn't mean it's good. I don't want to fully lock it because I want to see the execution.
But man, it's like a 5-minute. It's like a rapid fire elimination chamber, where instead of the match ending, you're going to get multiple pinfalls, multiple submissions. Somebody's going to hit somebody with a chair and take it out, and then people will get put in the penalty box. But to watch the rapid fire, like you can get 1 pin, 2 pins, 3 pins in succession. I'll give it a shot.
It
scramble that egg.
Dixie Carter, Jeff Jarrett era, Impact Wrestling, right, TNA Wrestling, 100% of. I can already see spots where we're going to get multiple people in the penalty box at the same time, and then how are they going to coexist in all of that? Or you're going to get one giant guy that's going to be in the match, like Von Wagner, and he's going to be in there with like the smallest fucking guy at the same time in the penalty box. It's just, you can see the writing on the wall with this stuff, and at times that's what I hate about professional wrestling, is when you can see the end before you get there.
Yes, you're not completely wrong. However, I think because there's been so much of wrestling that's been rinse and repeat, been there, done that. You see us pulling away from.
The mask is off. Indy's going smashing her face. Sorry.
Oh, a bit of a heel move from
Indy. Kick. Yeah. Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
It's got a touch of Rumble. It's got a touch of Elimination Chamber. But the minute they said penalty box, I yelled. And I guess maybe that's where you came running, because I was like,
oh, that's where I was like,
it's Impact. It's Impact.
As soon as you're like, this sounds like Impact, I was like, yes.
Jeff Jarrett on one show
got shown up in the light. The what symbol got shown up, so I had to come running.
Right. My what senses are tingling.
Right.
Oh, told you. Scripts at the main event, not you.
Cameras couldn't catch me. This is fucking Retribution 2.0, except there's one guy.
It's the last member.
This is just Slapjack come back with a fucking vengeance. It's fucking Shane Thorne.
Thorne's not a bad shout to come back, though.
Could you fucking imagine of just congratulations, you survived Slapjack. Here's scripts.
I'm just waiting for like, and the mole is like, what? Tatum Paxley. What about her? She not winning. Get out of here. It's ALR.
Face smashed in. But now, up next, with at this point 15 minutes to go, we're getting the NXT Women's Championship on the line in a last woman standing match between Alba Fire and Mandy Rose.
Get those predictions in now, folks. Let us know who you taking. I'm gonna take I gotta go Alba. I think it writes itself.
You're making me do a thing I don't want to do just to be the contrarian that I am.
You're making me angry.
You're making me whatty. You wouldn't like me when I'm whatty. I will take Mandy, I guess, just to be for the sake of opposition. But I do think at this point it has to be Alba Fire's turn with this belt, and you have to move Mandy up. You can't. What's left? It's the problem like that now WWE is facing a little bit with Roman of what's left.
No, I mean, do you think? I mean, we got a couple people in the wings that could make a move, I suppose. Nikita's going to take a run at her.
Zoe. Nikita's tied up with Zoe.
Nikita's tied up with Zoe.
Go ahead.
But then who does Alba Fire take on?
Cora.
Indi.
That's the thing is I'm looking at it of you can't have the heel versus heel.
Cora.
There's a lot of heels right now in the female roster when it comes to NXT.
True.
So I'm looking at it as Alba's babyface. You could put her versus Cora.
I don't even know how I ended up. We made our picks opposite of each other and then ended up switching points in the conversation. It was amazing.
I went just because to be
I'm like, I agree with you.
I very much agree with you on your pick. It's one of those.
Yeah.
You picked her first, so now I get to play Red Rover, send Mandy.
I call dibs, bro.
Right.
No, I just think the story this is the arc to it. Like if I was to write this story, we've watched it come through the ups and downs for, Alba. She missed out on winning it. She's been, dealing with toxic attraction. And then she does like every good hero. She had that that bad to the bone scene used to get in every show and movie when
come out with a leather jacket and everything.
Yeah, flipping guns in or fucking whatever. They're very much like that. So yeah, she took out the Gigi and Jane, and I think now's the time that she finally gets her comeuppance. She's made it to the boss of the level, and it's time to take it over.
Yeah, well, and again, I think it ultimately comes to me that Mandy Rose Toxic Attraction needs to be on the main roster. They're damage control, but they haven't been fumbled yet.
I said SmackDown's a possibility. Like, that makes the most sense. Keep them away from damage control.
Give me Sonya, Shayna, and Rana versus Manny, Gigi, and JC. Interessante.
Okay. Not bad. I like that booking. Let's do it.
Hunter, call me.
Mandy for the win. Nope. All right. Mandy for the win. Alba for the win. I love chocolate. Okay. Like
what?
Happy Easter. Internal manners mean a lot.
Early.
Keep talking, Nick. I gotta go remove.
That's fine. Could WWE use the name Ara for a debuting female star? Where in the Rudy Blue hell did that come from? No, I think honestly, WWE has a really deep female roster. They just need to figure out what the fuck to do with them at this point. You had people show up like Emma's back now, even though she should be Tulio Dashwood. Mia Yim's back. Go ahead.
Do you think Emma could have went to NXT and been a baby face and kind of taken on Mandy for a little while?
Emma and Indi as a tag team.
There you go. But it is just like I kind of feel like to a point, Emma's kind of getting lost in the shuffle a little bit early.
Well,
on.
I worried that was going to happen initially, especially now that they've brought her back as Emma instead of Tenille Dashwood. If you bring her back as Tenille Dashwood, I feel like she carries a little bit more of that gravitas with her and everything. But when you bring her back as Emma, you instantly think Emelina. You think, oh, well, you didn't do much last time.
Emelina. So. I hadn't heard that in so long. I couldn't
Trust
remember
me.
the other thing. What was they?
Emma fucking, Doctor Strange and tried to make people forget that thing ever existed. Right. People don't forget.
People don't forget. Oh, but next week. Wait, I thought this was all right. So next week they're fighting. I thought it was in 2 weeks.
But we go back to now they're starting to really stack up the NXT shows. We talked about it. This NXT was better just on paper than Monday Night Raw, let alone in execution.
It's been a much better show, Nick. Much better show.
Oh, yeah.
Undeniably, it's been more entertaining. It's been a better pace. Again, if you would have dropped this even in the second hour, right? If these were just the middle show matches, it works.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and you're getting your two favorite female NXT superstars next week. You're getting Cora Jade versus Wendy Chu.
Yeah. How the fuck did we? Speaking of snooze fest, the Cora might as well throw on a fucking. Let's have a
Sean's just out there. Sorry. I was going to just say Sean's out there like how Tony is with me. If he just starts putting out stuff he just doesn't want me to watch his show anymore. I think Sean's just doing that with you.
He's pushing buttons. That's for sure. But that's the problem is I will give him credit though. There's I really like the Tuesday night show lately. I'm enjoying it. So I tolerate some of the little blemishes.
Fair enough. I do think, and Alba is a fucking $1 million. Kaylee Ray, if you would have just left her as Kaylee Ray and done this, 100% 10 on 10, she's a fucking star. Put her on Raw, especially works with the red theme, all of that. She's instantly a threat. She's instantly a top act. So I do really like
bro.
What?
Wait, what?
What did you say?
She wins. She wins. She wins.
Fair enough.
Jesus, we all win. Just stay.
No.
What about staying?
The more GG I can get on my TV, the better. But so what do you think about Mandy coming out like the third Bella sister?
Maybe this has something to do with her move up. There has been always whispers of Nikki making a comeback. Dude, I heard that. I heard that hit your gut. I literally heard that.
All that ran through my head was pictures of Total Divas and the Divas title.
Doesn't that sound like fucking I think Triple H.
Is that the new mid-card women's title? Is the Divas title?
Could you imagine?
I could see them doing it, honestly. It has the lineage. It's a female title.
Very interesting. Or unless she's just it's a comment.
But you don't bring up the term divas right now in this generation when it comes to women's professional wrestling. It does have that negative connotation attached to it.
Well, she's going down as the record holder, and I think maybe this is her nod to Nikki Bella on her way out.
Where's John Cena then?
Son of a
Primo.
With that like John Cena guy, kind of, sort of. What's his face? Yeah, she was with
Austin
that guy.
Theory?
He was in developmental, but he never got over, and then he had a lot of injuries, and fuck was his name? Fact checkers. Who's Mandy dating?
Oh, well, while you're looking up that, let us know who you're taking for this NXT Women's Championship match. Last woman standing, Mandy Rose versus Alba Fire. Hey, it's about to get real because I thought the Halloween Havoc, the House of Horrors match would have been the send-off for this feud, but now we're getting a last woman standing.
Mm-hmm. Now, for you and I being kind of, old school fans, especially, Do you kind of appreciate that they didn't want to give up the title during that kind of malarkey?
Yes and no, because you booked the shit, so you did that to yourself.
You made the bet. Get in it.
Exactly. It's one of those of you booked yourself into that fucking corner.
Sabatino. Tino Sabatelli. There you go. Thank you. Sorry, I was distracted.
Hey, is he part of the fucking Nightmare Factory or QT's gang there? That's what it sounds like.
Man, he's with Mandy Rose. He ain't having no nightmares.
He should be with Tony D'Angelo there.
Right? There you go. I don't know. I think he quit. I think he's like a real estate agent or some bullshit.
James says the rose is losing its petals tonight without her thorns. That's a very poetic way to put that.
It's very poetic. Poetic.
I'll give you props for that, James.
Well, Shakespeare, I agree with you, buddy. We got a tool chest.
Oh, she almost drops a wrench there. And a chair.
Oh, nice recovery, eh? Whoopsie.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Whoop. Spidey senses. But isn't it interesting how much just random peripheral furniture and weapons and everything happen to always be laying around, a WWE ring?
Listen, I don't care what anyone says, unless like, okay, this was a street fight, so I can get behind like a gimmick match having that sitting there kind of waiting. But realistically, Nick, I hate when like just a regular one-on-one match and they roll out and pull out a kendo stick. Like that's where they keep them. Like, what do you mean?
Right. That's just where they are. I do like with Roosh, we've seen it recently to where he'll use like the cable and everything, like a camera cable, like that works. Of using
what I don't like is when the ref watches them do it.
Yeah. Oh, Alba's got a Boston Crab in with using the wrench on Mandy's knee. So she's wrenching her knee.
Could this be a case of the match takes so much out of Mandy we don't see her for a few weeks before she reemerges?
She kind shows up after War Games. I could see that.
Right? Yeah, everyone's kind of preoccupied right now. You throw her in the middle of War Games that she's not going to be involved in, might as well wait it out, right? Let her have a little R&R, let people kind of forget about her, and then when the music hits, you hope you get some kind of pop.
Oh, exactly. You get that, little bit of a delay and everything like that. Well, and we've also seen that another person that they may have been banking on with Sasha Banks might be really done with WWE, to where she's under her company filed for a lot of trademarks that sound very similar to a lot of things that she's used in WWE.
Some of them I kind of chuckled at, I will admit.
Yeah, what was it, like the Monet statement or something like that? The statement maker, like everything's got a Monet instead of money. It's very interesting of this whole cat and mouse thing that they're playing with between Sasha and WWE.
I mean, again, anything's possible. And I mean, if the right conversation is had, maybe she was like, you know what? I'll listen to Tony. I'll hear what he has to say. I'll see how much money he wants to back up. Or you know what? I'm kind of having fun just doing what I'm doing, but we'll see. I got time because I'm enjoying trying to pursue this acting thing. I'm liking it. We'll see. Time will tell, but I do think she's coming back.
Yeah, I was going to say it could be very much a chess move of, well, now you see what I've done, so what's your counter move?
Yeah, now what?
Now I think we need to add a couple of zeros to that contract negotiation now.
Right. So, folks, I will remind everybody we are in what I'm assuming will be the last commercial break of the evening with approximately 2 minutes left on the clock, Nick.
I got about a minute, probably 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
So a late crunch commercial is, I'm always a little bitchy about that move. But nonetheless, folks, we are in the main event. Last woman standing match, Mandy Rhodes, Alba Fire. If you haven't made a prediction, get it in quick. And, folks, we are rolling right through. Don't forget, tomorrow, AEW Dynamite, the go-home show for Full Gear. We'll be here. We'll be live, and we'll be doing it again, and we'll be back all week long. Thursday, an interview. And, Thursdays are always fun here on the channel. Friday, doubleheader, triple header on this particular Friday, and then Full Gear on Saturday. Don't miss out. We got all the wrestling for you. You can hit mute on your TV and just listen to us. I guarantee you it's more fun. Right, Kevin Patrick? You suck.
Right. Looking at you, bud.
I got Kevin Patrick Tourette's. My apologies.
I don't even know how to counter that because the man's just.
I did not hear him last night, Nick.
He's paint drying. That's why he's paint drying.
I did not. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we've got Alba with some big ass knees, and we've got a dented trash can in the ring right now.
Right, dude. We watch a shit ton of wrestling. We have a decent recollection of what we're watching most days. Vitamins, but
right.
Literally cannot recollect one moment of anything that came out of that man's mouth last night where I'm like, oh, he said this and it added to what. No, it was.
Oh,
I want to know.
On from Alba on the outside.
That looked
Alba
like it
might be hurt because that looked sloppy, lucky. But so better commentator, better play-by-play, better color, whatever. Saxton or Kevin Patrick?
Dude, get out. Last night I literally said to the chat, I was like, guys, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I miss Byron.
I want Byron. Give me my Byron.
Oh, my God. That is a hard-looking flip.
Oh, yeah. She went boop, right down on her head.
In the face.
But now we've gotten a ladder to nowhere because it's the ladder too tall to be, a step stool, and the ladder too short to reach any sort of title belt that might be hanging up there.
Right? Wrong match, Alba.
Hey, it's a last woman standing. We saw Bianca use it on.
Can I ask you a question? I'm gonna start making this my segment, the picky wrestling fan segment. I got a question for everybody and you.
Mm-hmm.
It's last person standing. So by definition, for the longest time, it was like it literally would say in the rules that your opponent is unable to answer the 10 call, which all of a sudden over the years kind of like she didn't put her opponent out. Her opponent could have answered the 10 count. So it's a bit of tomfoolery, in my humble opinion.
Well, so my interpretation of it, as always, has been, as we're getting this right now, of Alba trying to answer the 10 count of, if they can get it's a standing 10 count is my interpretation of it.
Right.
Same type of with boxing, all of that. Oh, if they could answer a standing 10 count, that's why you had the handcuff spot with KO and Roman. That's, to me, the greatest way to beat a last man standing match. Of you just handcuff the person and then they literally can't fucking stand up.
Yeah, see, I don't like it. I mean, by definition, it's
it's a cheap way, but if we're looking at it logically.
Then, by the way, should that not mean that should KO not be the world champion right now then?
Well, we had that whole botchy ref spot and Heyman couldn't figure out how to work a lock. But anyways, we've got Alba dumping Mandy onto that trash can right now.
Listen, people shit on Mandy, and PWI, I think, missed the boat a little bit on Mandy's ranking because, listen, here she is in a last woman standing match, and she'll get no respect for it. Nobody will give a shit that she was in it. But she's had some good matches.
Oh, I think she has, though, gotten her flowers, while being NXT Women's Champion. I think she will 100% get them whenever she drops the title, because then you fully understand everything that she's done. Because I'm a big fan of Mandy now because she's reinvented her whole career. Like I said, she was on kind of that peripheral, maybe chopping block under Vince and Co. If she wasn't a blonde and she was a brunette like she is a little bit now, maybe she's a budget cut instead of, just we'll send you down to NXT and you can figure it out. She's reinvented her whole career. And like I said, if you dropped her into Raw or SmackDown right now, she's instantly a title contender. And legitimately.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's valid. I think that's exactly where she is. Oh, shit. And, she's hanging in. It's not like Alba's carrying this match. Mandy's a good heel, and she's done good work for a year plus.
But it gives her a year plus to work with people that are also developing and everything like that.
Yeah.
So now she's really where she should have. What they thought they had in her has fully come to fruition. Big ass super kick from Alba.
Huge. And she actually didn't spend much time in developmental because she kind of got the, oh, look at you push.
Right. Because she came up with Absolution with her, Sonya, and Paige.
Mm-hmm.
But so now we've got a 4.
Which was bad, by the way. Now, wait, just to this point by James about Sasha in Full Gear.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll make this quick, but I mean, if you really think about it, if Tony said to her, like, you will be the entire face of the, like, you can come back and have a dream match with Paige. 1. 2, you don't have to worry about Charlotte or Becky or Bailey. It's you. You are the face of the division. Yes, we got women, some really talented women that are going to challenge you, but for the foreseeable future, you are AEW's women's division, period.
I will touch on that as a second, and touch on that in a second as I've got Alba on top of the ladder right now. Oh, who the Rudy Blue hell are you? The Mist. She gets sprayed with the Mist and then thrown to the table off the top of the ladder when Mandy was set up on the ladder. Who in the ginger blue hell are you?
Ginger blue hell.
Honestly, if she's from NXT UK, NXT Level Up, I don't remember.
Mandy Rhodes ain't going nowhere.
Bro.
They're locking in for another round, buddy.
Wow. I mean, I backslid into it. Backslide into victory, folks. So Mandy Rhodes,
no fucking way, right?
Picks up the 1, 2, 3. Picks up the 10 count after, I guess her redheaded associate hits the Mist on the Alba Fire. Hot redhead on redhead action. What
just happened?
Bullshit.
Well, I know what happened, but
bad booking.
Oh, that was good though. Elsa Dawn? Maybe. I don't think it's scripts though, but that's kind of funny. What?
Could you imagine that is scripts right now?
Now, show that again. I want to see the replay of her falling. It looked like Mandy's foot might have got pinned under the table a little there. Alba did lose, Jack.
Yes. She was down for the 10 count.
So Gangrel's daughter has taken up wrestling. Good news.
Well, no, they obviously know who she is and everything because
now earlier in the night the lights blinked and
well now they're doing it now. God,
Sister Abigail.
That's who it is. That's who everybody says. It's Isla Dawn from NXT UK. The very heated argument that me and CJ have had off camera about NXT UK. And exactly why I don't know who she is and people are having to remind me. Granted, we do also watch however many wrestling promotions, but at the same time,
What? No, man, that's how you put somebody on the map real quick and make everybody go, that's going to be everywhere in about 3 minutes.
Right, but then so what do you do with Mandy now? Is she part of Toxic Attraction now?
They never alluded to that, and actually, it might be some lady just felt like throwing out.
I get it's a few that could have happened, but
right.
What if you did that after she won the title?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting if she was a part of like the 4th member of Toxic Attraction, though it doesn't seem like that's the case. She's just mad at Alba, probably for changing her name.
But I guess I keep going back to what now for Mandy? Where do we go here?
Where do we go?
We give up one storyline for another. Like, it's great that we're going to get this feud between her and Alba. Fantastic. If that was for the title, instantly you drop her in, and now you're in the deep end of the pool, sink or swim. Now you're up here with the big girls. And Mandy moves on to bigger and better things. Respectfully. Now who does Mandy face? There's no one left to go through on NXT. And now we've got Alba tied up in another feud, so that takes Alba out of the picture. So we've ended that feud. Name me a baby face outside of Nikita that Mandy could go against.
That's a solid question of where do you go with it? Because that's a valid point. Literally, I'm like, okay, she beat Roxy. Cora doesn't make sense. Like you said, all the names you were rumbling through. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Nick. Like, shoot.
I hate to be the Jim Cornette of this situation and everything, and old man yells at cloud, but sometimes logic is for logic.
No, but I mean, she is the face, and I kind of said that to you on one of the shows, probably this week. This show is when you watch the commercial, it was 95% Mandy, 5% anything else but Mandy, and so I was like, fuck, maybe she doesn't. Maybe they are going to line up a few more baby faces for her to dust. I mean, maybe we're like, I mean, the end game, end zone, end line. What is that? Dead end?
End game, Enzo Amore, Calzone. No, I very much concede to where, like you said, though, and I guess I'll piggyback that. I will admit she is the face. When you think NXT right now, the two people that we have on each side right here, Bron Breakker and Mandy Rose, are the two people you think of. And it's not just because they're champions, it's because of how they're packaged, how they're booked, all of that. They've built in that credibility with the audience.
Right.
So, honestly, maybe Toxic Attraction just stays there and they just run NXT for another year.
Yeah, maybe for the next 3 weeks, they're just sitting around and bullying people and just being benevolent and dickish, and eventually someone answers them. Maybe it's someone we're not thinking about right now. Maybe what about a Tegan Knox?
Fear. Clash of the Castle. I still wish they should have done it there.
Right. All right, folks.
So what was your rating, sir?
Yes, I was just going to let the fans know if you're tuning in for the first time, we take a rating out of 10 on all the shows. DeMarcus kicking it off with a 9, Damian with a 9, Jack with a 5. You know what, man? I'm going to give this show an 8.
Fair enough. I was about to say, no, it's the happy medium in between there, and I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go 8 or 7, so I guess I'll go 7.
Fair enough.
The main event ending was a little wonky. There was a little bit of hiccups, but it was overall a much better show. And then, granted, I wasn't here live, but you were. So what did you guys end up giving like Monday Night Raw for a rating?
5 or 6.
So this very clearly 2 to 3 points almost outdoes Monday Night Raw, their flagship show.
On a couple fronts. I mean, as a percentage, there was a much higher percentage of NXT was entertaining tonight over the 2 hours compared to the percentage that Raw put up last night. Raw didn't do well with their rating last night for that reason. Now, again, that was a good pace. It made sense. Most of it, some of it didn't maybe. But no, overall, entertaining show. Quick, easy in and out. It was over lickety split. I mean,
I was going to say, everybody's agreeing with you here with the 8s and everything, I guess. Well, the artist gives it a 6. We've got another 8. We've got another 8. We've got, Raw is a 6. But so I guess I'm, in that happy medium, I guess, of I think a 9's a little bit too high. But I think a 5 or a 6 or so is a little too low because it was a good show overall. And we kicked it off with a world title match that was honestly good.
World title match was good. I liked the last women's standing match. It wasn't bad. I didn't there wasn't a whole lot of pops. Like they didn't have a whole lot of time. There wasn't a whole lot of almost 10 counts. There wasn't a lot of that. But I liked the ending. I don't know who this, we don't know anything about Miss Dawn, but I guess the vampire look and now putting stop doing shit like that. But other than that, I like the ending of the match because now we have, is she with Mandy? Is she just, looking for revenge for something? Why is she here? What is she doing? So I liked it. The tag match was really good. I think Sanga and Veer are solid right now. Yeah, I'm all for it. And maybe because the fucking, the live stream was a 10, I'm just pulling up the average and I'll give it an 8.
Oh, I was gonna say it's always a 10 over here. If not, we're a little bit like Spinal Tap. Like these go to 11. But no, I feel like I guess my one big thing, in a sense, and granted, if you're gonna do that ending, that's fine. I get where it was there, but if you would have switched that with the men's world title, and it's not a men versus women type thing or anything, I'm looking at it more from the sense of you could have given that last woman standing match a lot more time. And if you did it the way AEW does, to where they'll book a 60-minute time limit match at the start of the hour, because it could go an hour, I think if you do that, it's psychologically, it works a lot better. And you get a lot more instantly, everybody's tuned in.
Right. No, I think you're spot on with the thing about the timing. I think if you were going to put it in the main event spot, you didn't need that. And I joked why they did it. They had the Shawn Michaels announcement, and then they put in a buffer match to let everybody talk about the Shawn Michaels announcement.
Everybody's like, all right, what bullshit is this?
Right? So, yeah, legitimately, you take that match out, and if you're going to put it in the main event spot, give it a little more of a time. Let them shine a little. It was a little rushed, a little fast, but yeah, overall, you know what? That was a highly entertaining show, and basing it in the cosm of NXT, that was a good NXT show.
Oh, it was a great NXT. You had NXT, if anything, overbooked, and you had Raw absolutely underbooked.
Yeah, and I think injuries are playing a factor in Raw as well, but still, I expect you to write a good show. Maybe I'm asking too much, but
I'm sorry, I'm asking you to do your job.
Right, but yeah, no, I think it was back-to-back weeks that about 90 minutes of the show really sucked.
Gotcha.
In my humble opinion.
Right.
5 out of 10 from Jack. So I'm curious why the fans are saying 5 and 4. I just want you can give us your take a little bit of why you did not like the show tonight. And I'm surprised
because there's no Bailey.
True, but I mean, we got a last woman standing match. He's got to like Mandy or Alba or Elsa.
Right.
Elsa. I didn't like the ending.
I was gonna say, well, speaking of Elsa, you just need to let it go. Let it go.
JD McDonagh versus Apollo Crews match was amazing. That was a really good one. Probably
that was match of the night, 100%.
Truth.
If I'm giving a little tease to something that might be coming down the pipeline and everything, if I had to give a nitpick of tonight and everything, pause. Yeah, it sounds like the fucking seagulls there. Mine.
Yeah, pause.
Right, but the nitpick of the night would be that Apollo Crews JD McDonagh match. That 100% was the match of the night to me.
Yeah. No, I agree. That was a great match. And I mean, Apollo goes over, which I think it's good for him. And I think him going after Bron is great. And again, it allows Bron to continue to be the face of this company. I think why rush him? I mean, you have all this talent up in the main roster. And let's be real, with the last couple of weeks, we haven't quite figured out everybody yet. We haven't put all the pieces of the puzzle back in the right place. So don't rush people up. You don't want to over jam it. You got to get some shit in order. And then when you get a good rhythm, blend some people in. So you don't want to do the Vince thing where you throw them up in a blender and they just get chopped up and they never get it back.
We just need to do a draft and reshuffle the deck.
Not bad show. They were supposed to. They owe us a draft.
Yeah. Well, I think that would have been a way if you could have gotten one of those titles off of Roman, but that's another conversation for another time. But Rally even letting us know, our UK friend, go back.
Go ahead.
Saying Isla Dawn is Scottish like Nikki Cross and also Alba Fire.
Right.
Challenge for the NXT UK title. Company closed 2 weeks ago. I think they closed more than that. That might have just been a tape delay of how long it took them to announce that they were closed before they were actually closed, because that's one thing NXT UK was known for, is being fucking taped 2 months in advance. But there you go. Isla Dawn on the NXT roster.
There you go. I'm down. I mean, she has a great look. I mean, and truthfully, I don't know a shit ton about her, but I've heard the name several times. Yeah, we'll see what it means.
But that's what makes it good with NXT is that everybody is kind of a blank slate. That's how Ava Raine to me still works. I know you're not the biggest fan because you look at there and you see, turtleneck, gold chain, fanny pack, pineapple haircut, rock, and everything. But it's still a little bit of you don't know anything else. If you didn't know she was The Rock's daughter, you're fully accepting that.
No, I still am accepting it. Don't get me wrong. I have no qualms with it. I'm not at all. I hate to be agreeable with you, but I have no issue with that. I mean, in the sense of, I'm curious. I'm really curious to see where this goes.
Right
now, quickly, I'm just trying to catch up on some of these artists. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you being here. Come back anytime. We're here just about every single night of the
No. Don't come back anytime. Come back all the time because we're here all the time. Every time. Everything. We cover everything. So don't come back sometimes when you can. No, be here every time. I'm going to start taking attendance and roll call. Why?
Right. Wonder if Rampage Brown will come to NXT. Maybe.
Oh, that's not a bad show. Honestly, yeah. I really will. Do you know much about Rampage Brown?
Not a ton, but I watched him throughout NXT UK.
I think he would be fantastic. Honestly, 100% give me Ramp. That's not a bad shout. Again, that's the sad part when I guess I argued this with CJ a little bit off screen of everybody in NXT UK. They feel like they've just been put on a fucking prison island of you forgot that they were even on the roster. And then now they're showing up. Like Joe Coffey, like B. Priestley. I can't even remember what NXT game. What?
We need Joe to come back.
Right. Well, Christ, we were talking about even Tyler Bate being involved in the War Games main event.
I'd be cool with it.
Ilya winning the NXT Championship. Again, another NXT UK shout out.
Right. Yeah, what if I could see I'd like Gallum to come back and fuck with Bron a little more.
Oh, 100%.
Good show, but bad ending to the main event. Wrong person won. Well, Jack, it's a matter of opinion. I agree, Jack.
Allegedly, reportedly, accusations. Don't you work there?
Right.
I
agree, Jack. Okay, that's funny. I'm going to bring this up again. All right. This is why I can't take Mandy seriously as a champion. She can't win a title match without help. I understand it. No, but she's not supposed to win a title match.
She's a goddamn heel. She's a goddamn heel.
The Joker robs banks. He doesn't just laugh and wear his mom's underwear.
Right. Sometimes bad people do bad things.
And weird.
I don't know how much simpler I need to get with that.
Final joke on the way out the door. I thought Elsa Dawn was it? Oh,
yeah,
no, not today. Thanks.
You're welcome.
7 out of 10 from Anthony. Keep going, Nick.
Larry says, I'm liking more heels than faces lately. Well, that's, I guess, the reflection on our outside life. Well, I'm going to get deep and philosophical and everything here while my man's doing some things. But absolutely, you tend to at times root for the bad guy because I guess with the way we view society now, if you tend to root for the bad guy because you envision yourself as the bad guy. You're not no one's the true shining star, Superman, babyface, Boy Scout superhero. You're more the anti-hero to I do bad things because I need to get by type deal.
Yeah, and I mean, I think part of it is there's a great deal in 2022 of that urge to just hate the good person, right? You got someone squeak, they kind of had, to me, it's kind of what happened with Cody and AEW, where Bailey and the WWE at times where they're just like, fuck, you're too nice. We don't like you. Right?
I'll take your 2022 and show you One Night Stand and all of that with ECW to where the signs of if Cena wins, we riot, and to where they were literally throwing the man's shirt back at him. So I don't think it's just a 2022 thing. I think it's wrestling fandom has kind of shifted.
No, but everyone hated John Cena then. But I know,
right.
I mean, I'm just,
and everyone hated Roman Reigns, and now he gets cheered as the babyface.
Right.
It's what we've talked about with MJF. Of MJF started getting cheers for being a prick, and so now everybody they want to make him babyface.
Yeah, but you don't always get what you want. You can't. That's a completely different issue that we'd run down for a fucking hour. But yeah, you got to let things be more organic than just going. You know, every time you hit a bump in the road, you can't jerk the wheel in the direction of that bump. So, but yes, it's fun to like.
I was about to say, well, Tony might be taking more than just a few bumps, and they weren't all on the road, folks. But that's neither
accusations.
Accusations. Call Rick Ross on that. The man's hanging out with Rick Ross. So,
how is Rick Ross one of the best promos on that show?
Why is Rick Ross the best promo in AEW?
It's hurting the WWE that we don't have a lot of great baby faces on the roster right now. The bad guys are outnumbering the baby faces.
Depends on how you look at it. You got Roman Reigns, you got Seth Rollins, etc. Well, I was going to say it depends on how if you look at them as the heel or the baby face. It's all about perspective.
Seth has officially crossed the threshold between tweener and like he's pandering into the audience at this point. So he's entered babyface.
I mean, though, if you came out and the entire crowd is singing your theme song, even if you're supposed to be a prick, would you not play into it?
Yeah, I'm not
right.
Fucking, Chris Jericho can do it. Why can't I?
No, that's a special moment. You don't take that away from those fans. That's a special moment.
Yeah. I want to see Braxton Reid versus Bron Breakker. That match would be awesome. Right on. Would have seemed better for Alba Fire in the title. Mandy Rose, the Toxic Attraction, SmackDown. All right, I just want to see where we are. Since the Uzi statement, what? I read this backwards. Harry Potter Snap was my favorite. Snape. What?
How the fuck did we get there?
It's nighttime, folks. You're talking about Harry Potter.
That's when you're talking. That's when you know you're feeling Uzi. And I'll end it with this, folks. If you're feeling Uzi, then absolutely you should go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button because we're here covering anything and everything when it comes to professional wrestling. Doesn't matter the promotion. Christ, at this point, doesn't matter the day, what have you. We are here covering anything and everything. Nobody does it the way that we do it. Nobody does it at this level. So you don't want that fear of missing out. So you want to be a part of the best, undisputed, undeniable, inevitable, to quote Thanos, wrestling channel out there. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, like, share, and subscribe. And always make sure you find your inner Uzi.
Right? Find your inner Uzi. We had a gigantically Uzi night. Big shout out to everybody that joined us. Don't forget, we're going to be feeling Uzi all over again tomorrow on the Wednesday night edition of the live stream. Back for Dynamite, go home show for Full Gear. And then, yes, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, blah, 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 blah. Yes. But that's it, folks. Have yourself a wonderful night. And any final thoughts, Nick?
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about the wrestling, you better put that 4 live with it. Why?
What? See you on the flip side, folks.